Good morning, Northwest Bass Holes Fishing and Super Bass Hole Fishing Tournament coming back to you again because I have got a whole passel of ugly bugs that came into me from Davy Starkweather of Davy's Custom Lures. Now, some of you may remember that we have this little painters contest going on, and Davy was the last one to get his stuff into us, which is understandable. He had some medical problems that he had to get taken care of, but Davy always delivers, and boy, did he deliver this time. He got us some real gems. And let's just jump right into it and get going on this because they are absolutely beautiful. All right, I want to start with this plum colored dragonfly ugly bug right here. Just beautifully done. You know, when you tell an artist, it's like, hey, just go hog wild. Do what you want with it. This is your creation. Just, let your imagination go and send me what you come up with. That way you're always surprised. And wow, Davey just knocked it out of the park. Now we've got this kind of burnt orange ugly bug here. Beautifully done. It's got like gray cracking in it. Just, really excited about this one. Just gorgeous. Of course, it's got two trebles on it, and this is a generation 3 ugly bug poured in resin, and this is the popper type. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's grab another one here. So sit back, people, and enjoy it. Drink your coffee because we got a lot to go through, and I'm also going to put together a giveaway today out of we're going to do 5 out of what we see come up today. I'm going to pick 5, put it out there, then post it up on Northwest Bass Holes Fishing on Facebook, and we'll go from there. Now look at this one. Kind of a lime colored, and it's just with brown overtones. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Now, the ugly bug design comes to us from Bo Merkel of Samsung's Lures. And I've been doing business with Bo for quite a while, and I ordered a vast quantity of ugly bugs last year. And Bo did them up for me, David Wyatt, Lou Roberto, Jen Cravasi, and we just got the stuff in from Davy, and decided, hey, let's do a painters contest and see what they come up with, and just give these ugly bugs away. And then of course a bunch of them will be going into the prize boxes also. Here's another one, and it's got kind of a sparkle finish on it, kind of plum colored. Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. And like I said, Bo is the one that came up with the ugly bug design, and I throw the ugly bug quite often, and I love hooking up on it. This is Davy's take on the Murder Death Kill Hornet. Just gorgeous piece of work. Get this baby out there on top of the water and working it. It is going to generate a whole lot of excitement in the water. I have had bass that have come up and hit these things and literally knock it out of the water. I had one that came up, hit it, pow, knocked it out of the water. And I was like, whoa! And then you could see the fin coming back through the water as he was chasing it down. When it hit the water again, he hit it so hard he knocked it back out of the water again. We're like, oh my God. So I just let it sit, gave it a little twitch, and up he comes, slam, hook up. Love it. What we have here is kind of a brown overtone, and the way it's painted up, it almost looks like a rat in a way. And there is no right or wrong way to do an ugly bug. It can be anything. And speaking of which, we kind of have this cracked scale pattern. Look at that, just brilliant. Beautifully done. Yeah. Could you catch fish with this? I know I could. Oh, and I did it again. I hooked myself. Anyway, let's continue on. We've got another one here, and I'm hooked up. And I thought I laid them out far enough apart that wasn't going to happen. Look at this. We'll come back to that one. I am not going to deal with that mess. Okay, now look at this one. This here is my personal favorite, and I know exactly, once I saw this, what Davy was going for on the imitation, what do you think it is? You tell me. I know. Well, I'm going to tell you what I know it to be. This is a peacock bass ugly bug. Look at that. That is my personal favorite right there. I'm sorry, people. I love this one so much. I am going to treat myself. I'm going to keep this one. This one's mine. But we've got so many others that are just, would be a treasure to have and throw. And if you don't have an ugly bug per se for yourself, go to Northwest Bass Holes Fishing and get in on the contest, because we're going to be giving a lot of these away. And you may have the opportunity to get one, or you can go to Bo Merkel of Samson's Lures and you can get an ugly bug from him. He does outstanding work, as all of our painters have that have done their work on the ugly bugs. They have done outstanding job of getting their design and their creative juices flowing and putting out something for all of us out here to throw and enjoy and fish. Look at this. Look at the sunburst pattern on that. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. This just, wow. How could you not hook up with that? Here's another one, and this one is in a full rat pattern. I don't know if there it is. Can you see the brush lines that come through on this one? Davy has taken a bug and put it out there in a rat pattern. Look at that. Get that out there on the water, splayed out, and get this thing popping and moving. Or with the some of the, I believe it's the Generation 2, start walking the dog with it. You're going to create some excitement. You're going to hook up. This one I find to be extremely interesting. Look at the caterpillar idea on this one. I'm not sure what caterpillar this would be. I don't think we've got anything like that out here in the Northwest, but I'm pretty sure that the bass would be all over this, between the movement, the design, and then with the fringe splayed out when this thing is sitting on the water. Who could resist it? They'd be all over that. And here we go. This one almost looks like a cheetah. A spotted cheetah, or maybe brown trout, German brown trout. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Big eyes, 2 trebles, and fringe. Now, the fringe on this, I don't know what Davy did with how he came up with the different colors, because the fringe that I believe that was sent to him was all the same color. So I don't know if he dyed it or if he had some of his own, but look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now this one right here reminds me of the Molly Ringwald Pretty in Pink Dirty Tequila Sunrise that David Wyatt and I came up with, and David of Only 5 Customs. Look at that. Beautiful. And it's, there are some crankbaits out there down in Florida with this particular shading and design and color scheme on it that are being put to work by members of the Too Fresh crew, and they have just been destroying bass with it. So people, if you're down in Florida or down in any of the southern states, put this to work and see what happens. All right. Now I love this one quite a bit, but I love you guys more, and that's why I'm going to let it go, and I'm not going to keep it for myself. Only one, Kevin, only one. But here we go. It's almost like a green hornet. Look at that, just brilliantly done. And let me tell you that the clear coating that Davy has put on these is just absolutely flawless. You can tell he's definitely taken his time and doing these things up right. So this is representative of the kind of detail that Davy puts into everything that he does. And I've been doing business with Davy now for like 3 years, getting baits for the Super Bass Hole Fishing Tournament. And I've been busy collecting up for that, and also getting some stuff for gifts for friends, this, that, and the other, but primarily just to ensure that our prize boxes that will be going out for the 4th annual next year will be up to, my standards of what I want to put out for you all for the fishing tournament. And it's just chugging right along. And I have used Davy over and over and over again simply because he just does outstanding work. You can find him at Davy's Custom Lures on Facebook, and he's very reasonably priced. He does outstanding work, and I think you'll be extremely happy with what you receive from him. And it's going to plus up your, fishing artillery and just make your tackle box the envy of all your friends that you go fishing with. And that happens to be the case with me. Every time I go fishing with my buddies, they're always into my baits. And it's like, hey, Kev, can I throw this? And I'm so enthralled with what I'm doing for the day. I said, yeah, go ahead and throw it. But what happens? It never makes it back into the tackle box. So, but that's all right. So, if you can't lose some baits to your friends, oh well. I can always buy more. I can't get more friends. Look at this. It's almost like a bass pattern on this bug. Look at the lateral line on that. This could be floating on the top of the water, a bass in distress. And I would say that's what it is, because it's got the red mouth. Get this thing, popping and moving out there. They're going to come up and they're going to hammer this thing. Absolutely outstanding. So pleased with what Davy has gotten to us. Now, I don't know what this would be modeled after. Maybe like the red midge dragonfly. We got quite a few of these out here in the Northwest. Of course, not right now. It's been cold enough, they're all dead, but we will see them again in the spring around the ponds and riverbanks and around the banks of the lakes out here. Look at that. Almost kind of patriotic, red, white, and blue. But it also has that kind of look of the red midge dragonfly. Love it. All right. Then we've got what I would call the honeybee, based off of kind of like the, like the murder, death, kill hornet. But, we got something that's a little softer, more subtle, and it gets out there on the water. And if they like eating bugs where you're at, and I don't know of a bass that doesn't, this is going to get it done. This will get it done. Now, we've got a darker pattern here. Come on. There we go. Look at that. To me, this just screams frog all day long. Get this working next to the weed beds that you're working on. Oh my God. It is going to be insanity as bass come up and they just knock this thing out of the water. Hookups almost guaranteed with this. All right. And we've got another frog type pattern here, and some of the brushwork and air gun work that Davy has put onto this, look at that, is just wonderful. Just killer. Okay, done that one. All right, here's a real interesting one. It reminds me of those ice cream cone creamsicle pop type things used to get as a kid, and they had all the colors on it. Something very similar to that. I'd throw it just to see what happens with it. Very, very interesting. Love the take on it, Davy. Something different, that somebody doesn't have. Hey, if you've got, small children out there, got a daughter that might be her favorite. Put it on her little fishing pole and let's see what she comes up with. And it's kind of funny that I have seen some of the biggest fish come in on the Disney Princess fishing poles, and you're going like, oh my God, how did they do that? And here you are out there, with your expensive rod, reels, and $1,000 worth of tackle, and your daughter's out fishing you with her $9.99 Disney fishing pole. Look at the sunburst, and it's got enough colors on that. Look at the bottom on that. This is next level stuff right here. Next level. Loving it. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go, people, and we will tie this thing up in a neat little bow and you can get back to your day. But think about it, people, and let your friends know that, you know, next year, late March, early April, we'll be starting the 4th annual Super Bass Hole Fishing Tournament. And we will put out the rules, regulations again. And I don't think too much is going to change from this year. Hopefully the COVID is gone by that time so that we get a larger amount of participation than we had this year. Don't get me wrong, we had quite a few people that, you know, that went out and braved it. But then again, so many of the state waters throughout the United States had been closed, so people didn't have the opportunity to fish, which is understandable. Health and safety first, people. All right. Look at this kind of royal turquoise blue, you know, spotted pattern. You know, this is definitely blue dragonfly material right here. And Davy knows that I like throwing the blue dragonflies, and the way that they silhouette on top of the water, and the target that they present, especially when you have the blue dragonflies and the midges out there doing their thing, and the bass are jumping for them. Here we go. Look at that. This thing would get the eyes and the paint and possibly the hooks knocked off of it, because every time that I go out and I throw a blue dragonfly ugly bug, let me tell you, it just gets hammered and hammered and hammered. And I keep throwing it and keep throwing it. I love it. And I hope someday to make a believer out of you too. But how am I going to do that? I'm going to do a giveaway of 5 of these, and, you know, look for it on Northwest Bass Holes Fishing on Facebook, and you can possibly get one of these bad boys in your hot little hands and be ready to go for next year. Here we go with another one. You've seen the darker dragonflies out there with the blue and kind of a subtle gray and black on it. And this is a good representation that Davy has gotten to us of that particular bug. Now, this one, the very last one that we have, is this bad boy right here. And it's got that gold brown on the side, big eye. And this thing is going to silhouette so nicely on top of the water. You got to imagine that this thing is sitting up here on top, and the bass is looking up at this, and it's going to see that black bottom silhouette. And it's going to go, yep, there it is. And he's going to be all over it. All right, now that's, I believe, 25 people. You have a fantastic day. I got 500,000 things to do. It was my pleasure to bring this all to you. And again, if you saw something that you like here, get in on the giveaway at Northwest Bass Holes Fishing. I will put that up today. Also, if you need something to jazz up your tackle box, get in contact with Davy Starkweather of Davy's Custom Lures. You can find him on Facebook. He does an outstanding job. I just recently put in another order with him for more stuff to go into the prize boxes, because I'm thinking about you all out there. And until then, until I come back to you again with more stuff, and believe me, there is more on the way, and I will bring it to you. So until then, people, have a blessed day. Take care of each other. Take somebody fishing with you. And remember, it doesn't matter. Why do I always do that? Anyway, remember, no matter where you're at, everybody is northwest of somewhere. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.